Hey, what's up, guys? It's Lo here from Nino and Lo, and today I want to talk about my caladiums. I want to give an update about the caladiums I had planted way back in February, I believe it was. At the time, I had recorded a video. I'll put the link in the description below of the video that I made when I planted them. But anyways, I want to show you what they're doing now. Caladiums are my absolute favorite plant. They come in such a wide variety of different leaf types, colors, different patterns. So you're bound to find something that you like. I had gotten mine from Costco, and they had a little issue with some mold on them at the time. And I also made a video about how I got rid of the mold. And honestly, the treatment worked and they did come out looking good. The mold was gone and I planted them and they did fine. Now, caladiums like growing in hot, humid environments. I'm in a zone 5, which ideally, our summers are pretty good, but it just takes a long time for them to get going. Once the weather got nice, I put them outside, but we got a lot of rain this spring and some of the bulbs kind of rotted because they got too much moisture. I had some caladium bulbs that I had planted out, and I've taken a few out of the pot, and with all this rain, as you can see, they're pretty mushy. So these ones have bit the dust. We'll get rid of that. But a few have sprouted. So I'm gonna put them at the base of this plant. See, this one has sprouted. So I'm gonna plant these up in the base of this plant and see what we get. Now, I managed to get quite a few of the caladiums that were actually sprouting, although most of them got kind of squishy and were no good. But I'm gonna plant these up along with this beautiful Rex begonia, and hopefully I'll get some nice caladium blooms in a few weeks. And if you can see here, I have little caladiums coming up. They're taking their sweet time though. So this is what they're looking like now. Now, these didn't start to produce like this until the weather got much warmer, till we got well into July. And now that it's in August, they're really putting out a lot of leaves. The weather has been kind of humid, and that's perfect weather for caladiums. They like a bright, indirect sunlight. They like to be moist, but not overly saturated. This is my beautiful caladium. I believe this variety is called White Christmas. It has the beautiful white and green variegated leaves with the deep veining. I just love it. And it just sits here so nicely, getting its indirect sunlight on the windowsill. Now, these are the blooms. The caladiums actually do make flowers. They bloom, and it's not quite open yet, but there's 2 of them here. I usually cut them off just because I don't want the plant to expend energy into making blooms, because they're not all that great. But I just wanted to show them in the video. You look down in there, a lot of new growth coming up. And oh, actually, there's a 3rd bloom coming up there. Beautiful. Caladium White Christmas. Like I said, I usually cut the blooms off because you don't want your plant to just waste that energy. So these are the caladiums that are growing outside. They have been doing so well. The colors in the leaves are just spectacular. Now, I have them in a few planters outside, and I think they look perfect, especially this one with the begonia and the coleus. Just looking perfect. Now this little one in this little pot here, I thought was dead because it took so long for this to show any sign that there was a plant that was going to sprout. But as you can see, it's coming up. I just left it outside in the weather, in the humidity. I wasn't really watering it and look at it now. I really love the color on these with the pink and the red veining in the leaf. Gorgeous. In this pot, these caladiums are loving their life. They get a lot of dappled sunlight, not too harsh. Now these plants will continue to bloom for me, give me these great leaves, because you know you grow caladiums for their foliage, all the way until the fall. Once it gets too cold, these cannot survive outside. So for sure, I'm gonna have to dig up these tubers and store them over the winter once they go into dormancy. These are some shots of the caladiums that I grew in my garden last year. So here is my finished container with my caladiums. So I have 3 different types of beautiful caladiums in there. I even managed to peek in some black heart potato vine. That was kind of hard to come by. I don't know what's going on with the potato vine scare around here. And we got the Super Bells Proven Winners Tropical Sunrise. Now look at that. When that grows up, that's gonna be something in there. And I snuck a few begonias in there for good measure. And that's my update, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And you know the drill. Hit the notification bell and all that jazz. And I will see you next time. Take care.